The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. The president of Namibia has finally joined Captain Ibrahim Traore to ban the exportation of mineral resources. According to her, we cannot continue to be exporting our raw materials to other nations. That the more we do that, the more we are making their young ones to be having jobs to do. It is the African youth jobs that we are sending out of the African continent. And that if other people can add value to the mineral resources, why can't we do same in Africa? Why is it that Africa must always send the raw materials to other people? They will turn it into finished good and then bring it to Africa. And we will not have to spend a whole lot of money to get which we have given out for free. And this is what is keeping the youth today not to have anything to do. And it is high time we stop exporting the raw materials, and we can also use it to our own development. We can use it to improve the African growth. That if it is about nuclear energy and other things, if other people have the know-how, Africans equally have. So the narrative shouldn't be Africans cannot do anything. Ours is to keep giving out the natural resources, because we sell these things to these people at a very cheap price. And this is what we all are asking our leaders to be doing.
We cannot continue as a country and continent whereby we send our resources to be processed in other countries, which means we are importing jobs of our young people. And that's why value addition and value chain are the things that we have to look seriously, particularly that we produce more or less the same goods. Madam President, I agree, we share a common history. We share a common history that made us to be where we are today in this world which is dominated by men, unfortunately. But that's the reality of the situation, and we never felt threatened at all. We remain focused and will continue to remain focused, because the interest is what do we do for our people, for our citizens. Yes, we had very good discussions where we have identified the areas of cooperation, and all of them can be summarized in one word or two, that they are aimed to create employment in our respective countries, particularly to our young people who deserve nothing but the best from us. Because we know that once people are employed, they will be able to take care of themselves, and in that way, we are addressing the gap between the haves and the have-nots and eradicate poverty in our countries, thereby ensuring that the peace and stability that we are enjoying today will be sustained. And that's why the areas that we identified are areas that can drive our economies. Agriculture is top in the agenda, as it's good for job creation and for food security. And when we talk about agriculture, we talk about it holistically, to understand the soil we are having, the seeds that we need, and both the livestock and agronomic. And then we'll be able to comfortably talk about agro-processing which is very important in the growth of our economy. We talk about mining of value addition. We cannot continue as a country and continent whereby we send our resources to be processed in other countries, which means we are importing jobs of our young people. And that's why value addition and value chain are the things that we have to look seriously, particularly that we produce more or less the same goods. For example, both Namibia and Tanzania are known as cattle countries. You have a lot of cattle here, and we also have ours. We can discuss and see how we can have value chain in those sectors where we are producing the same. If other continents have done it, why Africa cannot do so? We always also agree to share information on ensuring energy, because in the SADC region there is energy deficit, and we agree to look at all the mixed energy which is available, the well-known conventional energy, the renewable energy, and of course, both of our countries are producers of uranium. Namibia in particular, we are third uranium producers in the world, and there's no reason why we cannot talk about nuclear energy. If other countries in the world are using it, why can't we use it? It's reliable and it's more strong and will enable us to have enough energy in our region. Yes, Madam President, we have agreed that our private sector have to play a role as we are developing trade corridors, like in the case of Namibia, Trans-Kalahari, Trans-Caprivi, and of course Tazara on this side. Who are the people to use them is our business sector. We have agreed we want to see big business activities by the Namibians and Tanzanian business people in our respective countries. Currently, there are small businesses that are going on, which we recognize, but we would want to see at least even one big business by Tanzanian business people in Namibia and vice versa.
These people have kept in the system to make sure that the African can never have industrialization. And that is the reason to which they are after Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, because they have taken control over the mineral resources. Their power depends on the African. These people daily bread is on the African. So the day the African will unite and will all take control over everything in Africa, these people will collapse. And that is why they are fighting us. Because if we should do that, how are they going to survive? Their industries in no time will collapse. And we have to also understand that our interests first. And that is why we have to make sure that all these puppet leaders who are making sure these people have everything on the silver platter are out on our way. Until we do that, we can never get the sovereignty we are crying for. Africa deserves better. We deserve best because we have the best. We can't continue to be feeding other people, and we will continue to be hungry all the time. It doesn't make sense. What is it that we cannot do to increase everything or to add value to everything that we have in Africa? We cannot continue to please other people. We know these people kept in system, and they have gatekeepers who are making sure that all these things that we are saying, they get them for free. And these people will fight us to make sure they please Yolo Popo, because they were kept there by these people. And we will have to fight them till we get our liberation, because our freedom also matters. We will not continue in this our generation, like Captain Ibrahim Traore said. We don't understand why we have all the mineral resources, yet we are poor. And when these people come into the continent and finish looting us, they are the same people who will come and be tagging us how poor we are. But the truth is, Africa is never poor. It's the systems that they've kept in place that is drawing us backwards. And they've succeeded in creating a narrative that the African is poor because of bad leadership, because of the bad policies. After everything, they sit down to point fingers at us, and we will have to fight these people because they are making sure that they will never be the ones to lose. And you can't have something and somebody will be fighting you for your own thing while you stand and just look at the person. We have to fight to make sure we also get what rightful belong to us. We can't have these mineral resources and it will be pleasing these people. They told us that if we will be free, if we will be able to industrialize, then they have to fight us with everything that they have. And we have to understand that freedom will not come on the silver platter. We should be ready to put in actions. And we all need to put our heads together to be able to fight for the freedom that we are looking for. We are the only ones that can make this thing work. We cannot continue to be waiting for somebody to come and set us free. It doesn't work that way. You have to fight for yourself so that if there is somebody who also will help you, will not come and join you to save yourself. So we have to continue, like we've seen happening in Ivory Coast. We have to make sure all these puppets are out on our way. Until then, we'll continue to be singing the same song and having the same results, because we will not be doing the same thing expecting different results. Now that our eyes are open, we have to fight to liberate ourselves. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make African great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world. In Namibia,